Log on to training.nti.org.bb.
That is it. I said the studio today we got the one and only Sluggy. Sluggy down, walk on, brother.
Check.
Good.
NTI.org.bb. All courses free. NTI.
Right.
.org.bb. All courses free.
Again.
5,000 free. 5,000 free. 5,000 free.
Yeah.
NTI.org. 5,000 free. 5,000 free. 5,000 free. Indian Chris Gill and Staggy tell ya. Ha! NTI.org.bb. Over 5,000 free courses. And in case you didn't know, in case you didn't hear, we are inside the Vibes Radio Show, the #1 show on radio everywhere, anywhere in the world, Mars or Jupiter. Indian and Chris Gill, on the music steel, on the ones and twos and ones and threes, you know what I mean? Everybody outside locked on the Hot 95.3 FM. Today is special for all of us, and all of us should take a listen. Like, I like how Indian and Chris Gill is working me, right?
Yeah.
Because the topic today is real serious, but we have come in and build these people's spirits today. Because what Madame will speak about, I think will help save us all. I don't want to mention what's happening now. I don't want to mention how many of us are disappearing. You know what I mean? I don't even know I want to call the word. I'm not even calling the word. How many of us are disappearing for many unknown reasons? And more than the time it relates to one reason, that's our health and well-being. And that's just the truth. So today, I'm not even going on further. We got a packed show today. We got a packed radio show.
Yeah.
Right up to 8 o'clock. Indian.
Yes, please.
Please introduce Barbados to our special guests.
Well, this afternoon we have Celia, Patricia, Collymore. That is it, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And Celia is where athleticism meets professionalism. She's a fun, loving, versatile, and tenacious individual who's very passionate and purpose to help individuals and leaders create consistency, live in harmony, and develop a fit mindset in their personal and professional lives. Celia is the owner and senior project manager of Bajan Fusion, a fitness lifestyle event management service helping individuals and communities get fit for life through engaging events that fuse entertainment, education, and excitement. She's a professional with over 20 plus years of knowledge. Now, that's a lot of time. Skills and experience in human resources, a certified corporate wellness specialist, certified trainer and assessor. Just last month, the Bajan Fusion family celebrated 11 years of fusing fitness and empowering borderless communities. And the next thing that I thought was, I'm going to say this bio is that she's a rocket scientist. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of things happening down between us. Celia, good afternoon. What's happening?
Good afternoon, Indian. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Nice to meet you in person.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yes. So what's up? Talk to us.
I am well.
Yes. I can see that.
I am well, pretty much just kind of enjoying life, enjoying life more, but living a little bit more intentional.
Yes.
2024, our theme for Bajan Fusion is your best year yet. We ain't worried about the past. What can we do today and moving forward to make it our best year? So that's the focus, and really getting people to see that the power of choice.
Yeah.
We choosing to be better, and we have to create a plan of action and stay focused.
Agreed.
Right? So that's the focus for 2024. Yes, our best year yet.
I like it. Indian, the first thing I like to ask, because you spoke about our best year yet.
Yeah.
Meaning that we have to make a conscious effort to make sure this year is our best year yet. So my first thing I like to ask is, how do we prioritize wellness and health? You know, sometimes life may seem so busy, and it may seem there's so many things that are so much more important than it really ain't. But you know how life it gets. So how do we prioritize health and wellness?
How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? We have to ask ourselves that
not
question.
like God in there, like Jesus.
How bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Think about it. We don't have tomorrow put down, right? We have family and friends that have calls. People are just dropping, yes? like you said, just disappearing. And we have to make that personal choice that we want to get healthier, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. I lost my mom last August. And that was a trying time for me emotionally and mentally. And I had to make that conscious decision that even during the trying times, I still had to show up for myself. I still had to get up. I still had to work. I still had to do all of these things. And it's a tough process and it's a painful process, but which do you prefer? Being fit and strong in mind and spirit, or continuously being sad and depressed? It's not a really fitting place to be. You don't want to feel down and stay down. So each of us individually have to make that conscious choice that we want to be healthier in body, in mind, and spirit. And let's not talk about the finances, right? That's a challenge too. So when we think about physical and mental, we know that people are having a tough time financially, and that impacts your physical health, your mental health, and your overall well-being.
And in 2024, you know what I mean? Like, how do you prioritize all of that? And maybe actually the blunt, straight blunt question on how bad you want it. You know what I mean? That's a deep question for someone to reflect on.
Yeah.
You know, like just say callously, just mention how bad you want it. Someone may take it out, but they really sit down like, how bad I really want this, so you know what I mean? Like, I need it. You know what I mean? Like, can you speak to dealing with self-care, and let's say I want to go on this journey now, right? And you're doing some introspection here and looking at myself and say, all right, I want to go on this total journey, because I've heard many times you can't go a healthy body, go a healthy mind. And you said I wanted to be crash shit here all the time. So how do I deal with self-care? Like, where do I start? I may not know where to start, I may not know what to do. I may not even know what self-care really means. I mean, that's feed on me when I go around on the morning by the beach, like drinking water and good. You know what I mean? Like, can't that's simple. How do I deal with self-care?
Great question. And for me, I'm going to use my personal experiences.
Yes,
I
please.
can't talk about others. I can only speak on
Your
my
journey.
experiences, so that with what I share, that will give people some ideas and tips to also enhance their self-care. There was a post I made about a couple of days ago, and I said self-care is the ultimate healthcare. When you invest in yourself, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's money, whether it's reconnecting with people to support you, that makes a difference in your approach. Self-care is also relative. It really depends on the person. How I take care of myself, that might not even be a norm for you or something that you think makes sense. Right? So we all have to identify within ourselves what makes the most sense.
Right.
So let me use myself for 2024, making it my best year.
Yeah.
I've been into fitness from a teenager. Played basketball for Barbados and all of that. So for me is every morning I get up, get on my knees, say my prayers, do my meditation, and also say affirmations. I'm affirming that I need to be happier, I need to be healthier, I need to be stronger, I need to be courageous, I need to be harmonious, I need to be victorious. And that's the I am this, I am that. But when I say it, I have to honor it.
Right.
I can't just say it and don't.
And they don't work totally.
Right. So what's the action behind the words? And I think that's where a lot of persons struggle. I'm a New Yorker, right? I lived in New York for a while and I played basketball for Barbados and Pace University. And in New York, you would say, don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah. So it's good to talk. You want to get it out. You want to express yourself. But what is the next step?
Right.
What is the action behind it? So once I'm done with my prayers and my meditation, that's my spiritual practice. Then I look at my body. I'm gonna go out, go for a walk, 30 minutes or more, get sunshine, fresh air, just thanking God, for all his glory and all his abundance. That's my focus. Little things. You ain't hear me pay for nothing yet, right?
No.
Free. All
Free.
these things free.
Everything you say so far costs us nothing.
There you go, because people feel like you gotta spend all this big money to get real healthy, when really you can start with the small things and over time work your way up. Of course I go to the gym, of course I do fitness, and of course I do other activities, but start with the things that you have control over, the things that are free. And when I come back home from my walk, get on the lawn, grounded. So no sneakers, I'm grounded on the earth. I got my weights and I'm lifting weights.
Right.
Because we gotta get strong too.
Yes.
So it isn't just getting fit, but we gotta get strong. As we age, we lose our muscle mass, and we have to keep our body strong. I would say to my clients all the time, it's better to be sick and strong than be sick and weak. So we know that in life things is happening. It's get sick. I was that sick at the end of the year. You know, I had a little bit too much fun food. You know, Christmas and New Year's, you know, and then I caught a little bug.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I'll get over the hump because I know what to eat, right? So then it's your nutrition. What are you eating? We have ground provisions in Barbados. We have fruits. We have vegetables. We have our meats where there are lean meats. Fatty meats are good too because people are running away from fat. But if we start also thinking about nutrition and understand nutrition, we would know that there are certain foods that you can eat as long as it is in moderation and it doesn't impact. So self-care is wide, is deep and it's wide, and persons have to really sit down, do that, like you said, that reflection, introspect. Who am I? Where am I going? What do I want? How am I gonna get there? Who's gonna help me? Because again, you don't have to go on the journey by yourself as well. Think about relationships. When you think about wellness, relationships are the most important element. Socializing, connecting with people. You're at work all the time, you're interacting with people. There got people that can frustrate you. We know that, but we are human beings, and it's a human experience where we're connecting with people, and we want to make sure that we have good relationships or creating good relationships, being around positive energy, being around people who support you, being around people who you also add value to. So it isn't just about getting, but also how can you give. I would have learned from a guy in the US. He said to break our lives down in 3. So I'm in the middle, so I'm connecting with people at my level. Then there are people I aspire to be like, so I want to connect with them. And there are people who are supposedly lower than me, but I want to bring them along. I want to help them. I want to help bring them up, right? So all of that comes into it. Well, for me, all of that comes into my self-care routine, where it isn't just about myself, but it's also adding value. And the more I do for people, the better I feel.
I like that. You look at where you aspire to be, and persons that you want to bring along the journey and bring into where you are and even elevate them. I like how you look at the 3 tiers now. I heard Indian radio bio, and you know, you mentioned some things, gloss over some things, but it really that you were in business for over a decade. Like that can be a easy journey.
You see my hair? So great. If you had met me before, you'd be like, how did this happen?
No, down to me on the pop. He didn't want to play a few tunes and come back.
All right, no problem.
No, you spoke about the here. And for the studio here before, no one understand. That means there had to be a journey. When we come back, I want to speak to that journey as a businesswoman for years. That's over a decade, people. Yeah. Phenomenal job.
NTI!
You coming at the dance, I will come ready. When you don't no sense, it's the live radio show. Switch on your right. Better start the jump and you come and sing next to Together we drinking, together we winning. One night we coming, tell me till the morning, tell me how you feeling. All away, the festival, all away, the carnival, all away. Whatever you get, I want to know come back. This push over, this push him out. Everybody know getting your soul. Nobody here should wind the low. Following the double one. Place taking a space, this fetish we hold. You know all the drama, that's a big drama. Somebody a drumming, I want to hear your chanting. Together we drinking, together we winning. What makes you complain? Tell me till the morning, tell me how you feeling. You know all away the carnival, all away the festival, all away the carnival, all away. Whatever you get, I want you come back. This push up over, this push back. 95.3 FM.
It's another episode. When we out on the road, this is what we love to celebrate, to celebrate. This is around the world. No, we don't go out the roads. We just party in the street. From the land of us, I just party in the house. Maybe in the west, but I don't give so close. I'm the kind of away. I'm ready to fuck again. There's the match up again. Come over the night. Show them how we do jungle. Show them how we do freedom. Come over the night. Show them how we do jungle. Show them how we do freedom. Let me start. Let me start.
We got CPC in the building, man.
Yeah.
CPC in the building. Yes.
Yes. No, over 10 years in business. What made you say to start this journey? What inspired you to start this journey? And how did you survive such a long time? I see the grays at the time. So,
Can I share a poem with you as to how I got
Oh
to
gosh,
this?
Of course.
can you?
Alright,
Of
so
course.
I'll share the poem and I'll let you know about the transition to Barbados.
Go ahead.
Alright, so have you ever been through a storm?
Yeah.
For me, for many, this has been the norm. The toughest season is not believing, and only time can help with the healing. It's an unbelievable process, and many days are filled with stress. But as I look back at my journey, I must admit that I am blessed. Has your life ever felt out of control? Mine sure has, and my soul took the toll. To feel like all I've done was thrown to the ground. And it gets worse when you have no one around. What does it mean to succeed? For a while I forgot how that feels. For my heart was a constant bleed. Those who I relied on to give me a chance disappeared, went silent, left me in the distance. Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I am lonely, but will take it to the Lord who's holy. Sometimes I am strong, sometimes I am weak. Quickly have learned, be slow to speak. Sometimes I am angry. Sometimes I am sad. Looking back though, I am very glad. Sometimes I want to lose my mind, but no, it's only a matter of time. Sometimes I want to ask God a million questions, but have decided to live in the season, knowing that everything happens for a reason. The end. So the name of that poem is In the Midst of the Storm, and that was my transition from New York back to Barbados. I didn't want to come back here. What do you mean come back to Barbados after living in New York for 13 years? Like,
Whose poem is that?
mine, I wrote it.
Oh wow.
When you're in pain, things happen. When you're in pain, things happen. And the company I worked for, back then, you remember the financial meltdown in 2008, my visa was up 2011 and they weren't renewing a lot of visas, and my visa was one that they did not renew. Other people too, but I had to take it I took it personal.
Yeah.
You know, you know, it's 13 years of your life. Like, how do you pack back up and come back to Barbados? Like, what do you mean? It never worked here. How you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Coming back at 33 years old? How am I gonna do that?
That's a tough blow.
So I'm happy to be here now, but that transition was really hard. And when I came back to Barbados, October 26, 2011, I was like, all right, I gotta look for work. My background is HR, that should be easy. Work for a company. Got the interviews. Just didn't get the jobs. Maybe they didn't tell me you got a master's certification in HR, so we can't pay you. Maybe that's what they wanted to say, but they couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Or maybe, you know what, you might ruffle little feathers when you come in here, so. Man, want, yeah, you got too much passion, you got too much fire, you got too much going on. We feel a little intimidated. Maybe that's what they wanted to say.
Probably.
But what it did, it forced me into business.
Correct.
It forced me into starting my own business.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, I was doing contract work, but a decision had to be made. What next? And Bajan Fusion started transitioning back to Barbados, where I brought a group from New York into fitness to Barbados. You got to come to Barbados, so how you mean you in New York Sports Club gym playing Rupee and Alice Hines and Lil Rick? You got to come here.
True.
Like, you got to celebrate our people, our music, you got to come here.
Yeah.
So that's where Bajan Fusion came. I'm Bajan and I'm fusing fitness, fusing cultures. And I came home and it was just supposed to be a project. Bring them home for crossover and, do that once a year. So that's where the brand started. It's supposed to be fitness brand, getting into crossover again, people from all in the world to come to Barbados. And I did that for a year. And person was like, see how you pull it off? Or you just come back here, like, you get that to happen? I'm an athlete. We don't quit. Like we playing to win. We know that we're gonna lose games. You're gonna lose games. So when people telling you no, that's part of the process. Well, who are you? We don't know about you. Oh, you get the business, we don't know about you. We just know you as a basketball player. So I had to literally elevate myself and connect with people too to get the word out for me and to find people who can see the value in what the brand was trying to do. Bring tourists to Barbados who connect with us, connect with our culture. They're getting fit and healthy, but they're experiencing the island. That was the brand.
Were you always a bold person that wouldn't mind approaching people to connect with people?
Nah, my courage was on the court.
So how did you overcome that?
You got to do what you got to do. Like sometimes people, you have to do it. And it's the discomfort. It's the discomfort that makes you stronger. It's the discomfort that makes you better. It's the discomfort that shows you, well, I got more in me than I thought. And that's the challenge. A lot of people don't want to go through the discomfort. They just want easy.
And it can be easy. Yeah.
I thrive in discomfort. Because success and all of these fun things is fleeting. It comes and it goes. But when it's the tough things in life, can you handle it? Do you know how to handle it? Do you have the tools to handle it? Do you have the people around you to help you handle it? Right? So Bajan Fusion, it was a year, brought those people out. All right, so cool. Let's do this again. And the lady said, well, if I come back to Barbados, we need some more people don't know, they want to know what we're doing. So here's how things can go down the next time we come to Barbados. This is what you pay for ticket, everything. Like I invested in my own brand. So I wasn't waiting for people to sponsor me. Right. I came back with my New York money. So I was investing in myself to get my brand up and running. So then that year when the next year she said, you got to pay for this, pay for that. Hold on. Are you on the ground doing a lot of work? Like, are you building your brand to building money? Like, you got to start slow. And then it became, I got a mentor. So also encouraging young persons and persons who are in business, you need a mentor. And it was in that conversation, we were like, nah, we ain't working out. She tells you, we done. We ain't doing it no more. And that was a tough blow because I had this idea of consistently bringing people to Barbados and doing that. But Bajan Fusion transitioned, and that's how we got into soft adventure and sporting activities as an athlete. And even when I used to come home on vacation, I want to do island safari, I want to do paddle board, I want to do all of these things. And that's where the brand went into soft adventure and sporting activities.
Because it's all you got a fairly diverse community. I understand how you build that community. It's obviously you broke it down and made it seem simple, but it couldn't have been simple when you really dissect the different areas you had to go in. So your courage was on the court and you had to do it. That discomfort that you live in, having to come to realization, or some things going to be very difficult, some things will be uncomfortable, but you are living it and dwelling it and surviving it. And something is a tough pill to swallow, but I think it's a quite valuable lesson. NTI.org.bb, NTI.org.bb. The NTI has a virtual health and wellness academy. The NTI has a virtual health and wellness academy where you can find free courses that address healing for mind and body, from mental health care to physiotherapy. NTI.org.bb. Over 5,000 free courses got hacking for exercise and health. This is absolutely free, offered by the MC Master University. It takes approximately 22 hours to complete. Beginner level, just really one review. Incredibly informative for beginners and experts alike. The instructors break down the course up to so that anyone can understand and use it personally and professionally. That's good, so that you can use it personally and professionally. That's just one of the reviews. NTI.org.bb. If you want to learn the right mix of exercise between cardio and strength, you can learn that. How do you know if you're working up hard enough? You can learn that. What's better, heavy or light weights? These questions and lots more can be answered through this course, and of course it's absolutely free. Absolutely free. 22 hours to complete. Just 22 hours to complete on NTI.org.bb. NTI.org.bb. Indian.
So Celia, before you go any further, so I read your bio, I mean your entire bio, and it's fantastic. And you have here that you're a disrupt HR speaker. Can you explain to us what's that?
Yes, so Disrupt HR is a platform for persons who are passionate about human resources and really want to develop just not only HR but people. Yes, and I had the opportunity to be disrupting HR. So what people are accustomed to, we call ruffle feathers, and we have to have these deep and uncomfortable conversations of what happened in the HR industry. So my first year, 2 years ago, I would have talked about, I shared my poem and then I shared tips in terms of when you're, as an employee, when you're going through these struggles, here's some things that you have to do to improve yourself personally and professionally. Last year, I spoke about a company who forms, but a whole person coming into the organization, and India might come in and he might be having a tough time at home. And you want your manager, the leaders in the organization to see that. You want to be able to communicate their challenges. A lot of people don't communicate their challenges. They will come in, or they might be running late, or they might not come in next day, or they might be absent. And how do you empower employees? You know what? If this is a space that I'm going to work in for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, it's kind of like you spend a lot of time at work. So I need to make sure that I am enjoying my workspace and I like the people that I am working with. So how do you have the conversation with your manager, your supervisor, your boss, and say, look, here's my challenge right now. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm dealing with some challenges and I'm working my way through them. I need your understanding. I may need some of your guidance as well to help me transition through this. And what mindset do managers have, when an employee approaches them and says, this is my challenge? Are they going to come from a space of empathy? Or are they going to come from a space where they're self-aware? So they have this emotional intelligence, like a human being is coming to me with the discomfort. And right now it has nothing to do with their workload or what they have to do. How do I now communicate with them in a way that they see that I care about them? I want them to do the work, but right now the focus is the challenge and how do we as a company support them? If you realize I have my certification as a corporate wellness specialist because we need to have these conversations, and they're uncomfortable, but they need to be had, and people just need to be a little bit more accountable, and they need to take responsibility for their leadership. Because when you're a leader, it isn't just about you. It's about who you have that you are supporting and who you are leading.
Agreed.
So the Disrupt HR is persons, any issue in HR, you would have speakers highlighting them, and the hope is that when persons hear them, they want to take action and they want to improve their organizations as well.
They're gonna hire you.
They should.
They're gonna hire you. They're gonna hire you.
Bajan Fusion, deliver Bajan Fusion online, find Bajan Fusion online everywhere, and shout outs, link up with Celia, Collymore, great job today.
Fantastic.
We learn a lot, employees and employers, and you get to hear how the journey you went through as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, but we also got tips on how to deal with self-care. And when we say self-care, what are we looking at? How do we prioritize our self-care. They answer simple question, but profound question. How bad do you really want it?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for passing through and want to speak to you.
CPC.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna send out advanced birthday greetings to Sluggy.
Yeah.
Your birthday on the 20th
Yes.
of January.
Mine is Saturday.
So the NTI family, all right?
Yes, be outside Saturday here, Lord 9 p.m.
Yes.
Come out for my birthday. NTI.org.bb. NTI.org.bb. Go online, check out Bajan Fusion, Celia. Great job as usual. Quickly before you go, anybody want to say hello and goodbye to?
I really just want to say hello to my mentor,
Yeah.
Rollin. She's made a huge difference in my life. Coming home to Barbados, not knowing a lot of people in the business sector.
Yeah.
So for someone to just give themselves their expertise and their energy, that has been really powerful to me. So I am always willing to give her a shout out.
Nice, and I'm sure she appreciate you mentioning that, because everyone likes to feel appreciated, so I respect you for that. Indian and Chris Gale,
Yes.
right at the 8 p.m. on the Vibes Radio Show. The Vibes turn up, Sluggy, Uncle Sluggy birthday Saturday, that all.
Okay, guys, that segment was brought to you with the compliments of the NTI, the National Transformation Initiative.
To equip every Bajan with the knowledge and skills to be citizens of good.
Yeah.
Nice, enjoy that.
Thank you.
Enjoy that.